Luke Belmar challenged me to 369 days of his daily routine to see what it truly means to live like a crypto millionaire. In this video, I share how days 180 to 210 went. Now, what is the Luke Belmar routine? The Luke Belmar routine consists of a 15-minute morning walk with no phone, 15 minutes of stretching, a drink mixture of chlorophyll, spring water, salt, and lime, 1 hour of working out, and 100 pages of reading. This routine is meant to improve your self-education with reading and your self-improvement by going on walks, getting sunlight, stretching, and working out. If you haven't already been following along, you can check out the last 180 days on my channel. This month on the routine was crazy, and I hit so much progress throughout all the different areas. I was crushing it at the gym, and I was finishing very dense but insightful books. So let me catch you up on how this month went on the Luke Belmar routine. Week 1 started off strong as I dove into reading and working out.
The first week of this month is officially finished. It's been incredible. I've been on top of absolutely everything from working out to reading, and the book that I'm reading right now, The Creature of Jekyll Island, I wish I read it at the beginning because it gives such a deep understanding of the banking system and the history of people influencing politics through the banking system. And it's just like, it's so mind-blowing how deep the rabbit hole goes, and I've just been enjoying it so much. I've been reading it at a little bit of a slower pace because it's just so dense, but I've been really trying to understand absolutely everything that's in the book because it's just so eye-opening.
Now, completing that first week momentum, I used it to head into week 2. Second week on the routine was becoming a little bit more challenging.
So week 2 is finally complete on the routine. It was definitely one of the more challenging weeks I've had, simply because, well, one, I had a competition day at the gym, so I was literally pushed to my limit, but I was able to literally achieve scores that I didn't even think was possible for me. After that, I was just so incredibly sore. And also, I've been taking my time with reading The Creature of Jekyll Island just because it's such a dense book, and I definitely only want to read it like once. So I've been trying to absorb everything from the book, from all the different stories and all the different terminology. So I'm not reading 100 pages a day right now. I'm closer to around 30 to 50 pages a day. So it's taking me a little while longer, but I've been so consistent with reading the book. It's turning out to be one of my favorites that talks about banking and the financial system. So it's one that I highly recommend, but be prepared to actually take weeks and weeks to finish it if you really want to understand it. But it'll give you one of the best understandings of fractional reserve banking and the fiat currency system. But my running and my reading and my morning has been going incredible. I've been feeling an amazing momentum, and now this week is going to be a little bit more of like a recovery week, a little slower. I'm going to be running more and just trying to get through Creature of Jekyll Island.
After wrapping up the second week, I headed into the third week on the routine. Week 3 went amazing, even though it proved to be one of the more challenging ones. I was feeling sore and tired, but continuing with everything on the routine actually gave me more energy. And with the weather being better outside, I got through everything on the routine.
Week 3 is officially done. It's been such a grind of a week. I've been doing competitive workouts, basically competing in a CrossFit competition, been running, been stretching. I've been finishing up The Creature of Jekyll Island and studying it so much. It's such a dense book, and today I'm going to finish it. But this Creature of Jekyll Island book, it's been the single most transformative book on finance and the elites that I've read in these past couple of months. The one that got the closest was The Lords of Easy Money, but that was just a snippet of what this book even just expands on. It's just, now I just understand so much more that's going on. For example, it clicked with me that the Bitcoin ETF that everyone talks about is literally fractional Bitcoin. So fractional gold, fractional Bitcoin, which means that they could just expand the money supply. Bitcoin and Bitcoin ETFs are both going to go just through the roof. It sucks that people are supporting the Bitcoin ETFs because essentially they're just creating another fractional reserve system, but with Bitcoin. It just sucks that a lot of the times you can't beat them, but you can just play on their side and just kind of win like that. It sucks that the freedom isn't going towards the people and Bitcoin. The Creature of Jekyll Island, I'm going to make a whole other video, like a whole separate video on this book, because this is literally the most transformative book I've read in the last couple of months that gives you a good world perspective. But this one is like a history lesson on what's going on in the world, because you need to look at the past before you can understand the present. And as well, look into the future. The future is very unpredictable. You can see something happen and logically deduct that that would be the next step and have almost good reason to believe that it is. And a lot of the times, those people who catch signs early are the ones who prosper. For example, like what Luke did with his crypto. It's just a very transformative book. But anyways, now it's on to week 4.
After wrapping up this amazing week, I used all the momentum and headed into the final week of week 4. Week 4 ended with a huge victory as I finished The Creature of Jekyll Island.
This week, I ended up finishing The Creature of Jekyll Island, which just was such a mind-blowing book. It's literally the best book that I read on understanding government, politics, money. It's so dense, and that's why it took me 3 weeks to complete it, because I was just reading every single page with the intent of completely understanding everything that was being written. So I took breaks to research other things that were inside of the book so I could understand terminology better. That was one of the most insightful books that I read in the last couple months. I know that I say that with so many different books that come along, but it's like every book is just so different and it unlocks so much inside of your mind. But yeah, I finished the book this week and then I started on a new book, Seed Money. It talks about genetically engineered crops and herbicides, pesticides that these huge corporations propagate and they push, and in the end it just kills people with carcinogens. It harms the environment, it kills animals, and funny enough, they do tests with regular crops and genetically engineered crops, and they're exactly the same for output and performance. And so these companies just push their genetically engineered, solutions to just make a ton of money. But this week I also finished a CrossFit competition. I've been running, I've been stretching, I've been feeling really, really good. And this whole month has just been super, super great. Completing these books has been really, really eye-opening. I feel like I read a lot about big corporations and politics and big profits this month.
So with days 180 to 210 complete, let's touch on the results from the routine. The first of the 3 pillars is reading. Now, with reading, I completed The Creature of Jekyll Island. I took my time with this book because every single sentence was dense and it was filled with so much information that it took me much longer to process all of the information. But this book was single-handedly one of the most influential that helped me shape my vision of the world and who controls it. This is a serious book, and I recommend it to anyone who actually wants to get a true grasp of the money system, government, politics, and the future of where we're heading and what we can do. The second book that I finished was Seed Money, and it was how corporations are modifying our food production and our crops and are destroying the health of so many people along the way while being completely reckless with the environment. The total for this month of completed books was 2, but it was one of the most impactful. And I really genuinely took my time every single day to read The Creature of Jekyll Island because I didn't want to go back to it again a second time. And I really, really wanted to process everything in the book because as soon as I started reading it, I knew it was an important piece of knowledge to process and capture. Moving on to the second pillar, fitness. Now, this month I did plenty of runs as the weather got so much better. And at the gym, I completed 3 workouts for a competition and improved in so many different aspects. The focus for the next month is hitting macro goals with protein and keeping care of my body more on the diet side of things. And lastly, the third pillar, mindset. Now, this month, I really understood the power of completely forgetting about the fact that it's a routine and actually incorporating it into your lifestyle, believing that it's something that you genuinely do. This helped me to wake up and get started on my morning routine, go and exercise, read, and just completely do it on autopilot without even realizing. Practicing this mindset this month made a huge shift in how I was able to do everything really effortlessly. Now with this being finished, it moves me on to the next month on the routine. And with that being said, I leave you with some parting wisdom.
You can't see what you can't see. So my goal is just to become better and better and better, not self-sabotage, not be a liar, not be a hypocrite, be authentic. And in the authenticity, I can climb levels, become better. And the more I can see, right, the clearer life becomes.